Hello, Miriam. I brought some notes and some quotes from Hamlet, Act 1, Scene 5, Shakespeare's tragedy. And in this scene is Hamlet introduced to Hamlet's father's death by the ghost who claims is Hamlet's father's spirit. And Hamlet didn't know that his father suffered an unnatural death, so to hear that he was murdered was like a shock for him. And the ghost tells that the father was killed by being poisoned in his sleep. The serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown, line 39. Here is Hamlet informed that the person who killed his father was Claudius, his uncle, and now king, due to his new marriage to Hamlet's mother, Gertrude. And Hamlet promises the ghost to revenge his father's death by killing Claudius, but here the ghost says, "Taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven." Line 85. Here is the ghost asking or telling Hamlet not to seek revenge to his mother, only Claudius. "And lay down and lay your hands again upon my sword, never to speak of this that you have heard. Swear by my sword." Line 165. Here is Hamlet, and actually also the ghost, asking Horatio and Marcellus to swear by Hamlet's sword that they won't tell anyone what they saw earlier. And here, "As I purchase hereafter shall think me to put an antic disposition on 177. Line 177. Here is Hamlet warning Horatio and Marcellus that he will pretend to be insane, but Hamlet is not explaining to Horatio and Marcellus why and what the conversation between the spirit, the ghost and Hamlet was about. So Horatio and Marcellus does know that the ghost was Hamlet's father's spirit, and they does know that Hamlet will seek revenge by killing Claudius. So here to discuss Hamlet's feelings. After Hamlet's new mission to revenge his father's death and kill Claudius, his behavior will change a bit. Hamlet's grief to his father and anger to his mother and Claudius because of their betrayal due to their marriage is now heightened because of his knowledge about his father's murder, Claudius. And Hamlet's instability and grief over his father's death is seen by him pretty quickly believing the ghost is his father's spirit, which I think is a bit odd. Oh, what says the time here? Yes, and use of image. Adieu, adieu, do you want me? Is told. This line is told by the ghost at first, and later on replied by Hamlet saying the same adieu, adieu. Remember the and I think the repetition is for Hamlet to remember their conversation. Well, the ghost and his conversation and his promise to revenge his father's death. And here the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown. And I think that he refers to Claudius killing his father's killing his father, of course. The serpent, who also means snake, sting, bites the father, and I think it's a use of image to put in another picture in us, the reader's head. And here the image of hell. When I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself. I think that the ghost explained to Hamlet that he must return to his home hell, with sulfur containing this and tormenting flames. So yeah, I would like to put this scene into perspective to the previous scene we were working on, Act 3, Scene 4. Yeah, here Hamlet tries to carry out his revenge on Claudius, but kills Polonius by accident instead. He thought it was Claudius hiding behind the curtain, but it was actually Polonius who was spying on him.